Welcome to Group 2 Port Management presentation. And my team members consist of myself, Meenakshi Nedujilian, Roshan Kesavan, Chan Siew Yoon, and Kapilan Rajasekaran.
Our presentation compared to two key Malaysian seaports. So I've chosen the Port Klang as we call Westport and the Penang port. The goal is to understand each port's role, core operation and service focus, and highlight where they are strong, where they are different, or how the shippers can choose the best fit to their cargo flows. So we select these two because both sit on the vital strait of Malacca corridor but serve different interlands and industry clusters. Port Klang Westport primarily support the Klang Valley and function as a major container hub with sanitation transshipment activity. Penang Port anchors the northern corridor, acting as a diverse site like gateway for manufacturing zone across Penang, Kedah, Perlis and northern Perak, including container, break bulk, ro-ro charges and cruise services. But the Port Klang Westport, so located at the Pulau Indah, Selangor, is operated by Westport Malaysia. It features deep water berths, modern quay cranes, expensive yard capacity and logistic zones that support high container throughput and hub and spoke connectivity across Asia and the Middle East. Its operating profile emphasizes efficiency, scale and the network coverage for the mainland and feeder services. Penang Port Centre around Butterwood and Georgetown and operated by Penang Port Senyambra is a multi-purpose gateway. Integrates container handling with break bulk and ro-ro operation and manage cruise call via Sweden PL. It facilitates warehousing and promiscuity to FT sets and industrial parks, making it a strong node for E&E and export-oriented manufacturers in the north with reliable and regional feeder links and robust road connectivity to the nearby industrial zones. Both ports are strategically positioned along the global east-west trade lane and support Malaysia's manufacturing-driven supply chains. They are progress digitalizing terminal operation and customer interface to improve visibility, turnaround times and the service reliability. The remainder of the studies will assess their location and access capacity and productivity, safety and security, facilities and equipment, operational processes and automation, customer services and information and communication system and and human resources development, warehousing and value added services and their financial and investment outlook. That's all.
Hello everyone, my name is Kapilan Rajasekaran. My metric number is MC230924793. Today I will be talking about the main two ports which are operating in Malaysia, which is Port Klang and Penang Port. First of all, I would like to talk about Port Klang, which is specifically its Westport terminal. Port Klang, located in Selangor on a western coast of a peninsula Malaysia, is the largest and busiest port in the country. It's strategically positioned along the Straits of Malacca, one of the world's busiest and most important shipping lane. This makes the main gateway for a Malaysian maritime trade. Within a Port Klang, Westport Malaysia stands out as the largest privately owned terminal operator in Malaysia. It plays a crucial role in a shipping operation and container management, handling a variety of cargo including containerized goods, bulk cargo and a conventional cargo. What makes Port Klang so important? It's not just a size, but also it's an excellent connectivity. It's a link to an extensive inland transportation network, including a major highway and a railway system. This connectivity enables efficient cargo movement to from the port, strengthening its position as a key logistic hub in a Southeast area. continue to the next main port, which is Penang Port, one of Malaysia's key maritime gateway. Located in a northern part of the Peninsular Malaysia, Penang Port serves a crucial hub for the northern states. It's situated near the Butterworth and Georgetown along the Strait of Malacca, which is one of the busiest and shipping route in the world. Penang Port operates several important terminals, including the North Butterworth Container Terminal, Swetham Cruise Terminal, and various bulk cargo terminals. This facility allows the port handle a wide range of operations, from a containerized cargo and a general cargo to a dry and liquid bulk as well as cruise vessels. While it's a smaller in a scale compared to a Port Klang, Penang Port play a vital role in a regional trade. It's a key export point for agriculture, machinery, and electronic products from northern Malaysia, supporting both domestic and an international market. In conclusion, let's look about the port operation overview for the both port, which is Port Klang Westport and Penang Port. Both ports are equipped with a modern facility including incentive yard area, automated system, and a high-capacity crane to handle a wide variety of cargo efficiently. Penang Port mainly focuses on a short sea shipping, supporting a local industries, making an essential hub for a region trade. On another side, Port Klang emphasizes a transshipment services and a global connection, playing a major role in international shipping network. For this for these different focuses, both ports share similar core operation. These include a berthing services, container handling, storage, custom clearance, and logistic coordination. In recent years, there has been a strong push toward digitalization and port automation aimed at improving operational efficiency and ensuring both ports remain competitive in the global maritime industry.
Let's look at the compare and contrast for locations. For Port Klang, it's located on the Straits of Malacca, one of the busiest shipping lanes globally, and for Penang Port is also on the Straits of Malacca but further north. For the inland connectivity, excellent highway and rail links to the Klang Valley and beyond. But for Penang Port is connected via North-South Expressway and rails to northern Malaysia and southern Thailand. Its strategic role is for a major transshipment hub for Southeast Asia, for Port Klang, and for Port Penang is regional gateway for northern Malaysia and Bay of Bengal. And if you look at capacity, the TEU capacity for Port Klang is over 14 million TEUs annually, expanding to 28 million of TEUs. And for Penang Port, around 101.44 million TEUs annually. And for vessel accommodation, deep berths for large container ships. And for Penang Port, it handles vessels up to 135,000 DWT. And for its expansion plans, Westport's 2 project with RM 39.6 billion investment, and for Penang Port, it's about 150 million RM investment in the green infrastructure. Okay, so why does it matter for our locations? Because it determines the access to global shipping lanes and inland connectivity. And for capacity, it determines how much cargo and vessel traffics a port can handle. If you look at productivity, for container moves and per hours, Port Klang has about 35 moves per hour, among the fastest globally. And if you compare to Penang Port, high capacity cranes and conveyor systems are applicated. For turnaround times, fast vessels turn around due to automation and skilled labor for Port Klang, And for Penang Port, it's about efficiency for regional cargo and cruise operations. Under safety and security, for systems, Port Klang fully automated operations with secure access. And for Penang Port, is about digital port pass with biometric authentications and real-time monitoring. For compliance, it's about international safety standards for Port Klang. And for Penang Port, it's about verified compliance with Protected Area Act. For productivity, it matters because it reflects operational efficiency and turnaround times. And for safety and security, it matters because it ensures protection of assets and compliance with global standards. If we look at facilities and equipment, Port Klang, it uses about 56 keys cranes, 214 RTGs, 273 prime movers. For Penang Port, hybrid RTGs, mobile harbor cranes, ISO certified terminals. And for Port Klang, it uses about 11 container berths, expanding to 17 soon. And Penang Port uses NBT, NBCT, BPCT, and Stevenhams piers. And for operations, Port Klang focuses on transshipment and global logistics, while for Penang Port, it uses short sea shipping and regional trade. For automations, Port Klang uses high-level automations with electrified architecture. And for Penang Port, it uses integrated systems for cargo, cruise, and ferry operations. And why does it matter for facilities? Because it handles capabilities and service quality. And under operations, why? Because it streamlined processes, improve efficiency, and reduce costs. As for customer service, Port Klang, its responsiveness, it's all about dedicated call center and service teams. And for Penang Port, it activate engagement with cruise lines and local stakeholders. And for reliability, 80% market share in Port Klang is trusted by global carriers, while for Penang Port, it's strong regional presence and cruise tourism support. And if you look at information and communications, for Port Klang, under systems, it's all about integrated IT systems, real-time tracking, and digital documentations. While for Penang Port, it's digital port pass, SAP systems, and facial recognition tech. So why does it matter when it comes to customer service? Because it impacts user certifications and port reputations. While for information and communications, why it matters is because it enables real-time coordinations and digital efficiency. As for infrastructure, Port Klang Westport, the connectivity is about rail link to Port Klang stations and highway to KILA airport. And for Penang Port, it's about railway to Butterworth highways to Thai border. Expansions for Port Klang is about Westport 2 with 4.8 kilometer key expansions. And for Penang Port, is about 150 million investment in terminals and green energy. If you look at human resource, HR, Port Klang, it hires about 5,000 staff with strong training and programs. While for Penang Port, it only hires local hiring. Strategically, it's about HR development plan. And when it comes to community engagement, Port Klang, it has about 41% of staff from Pulau Indah community, while Penang Port, it's training in initiatives for regional development. So why does it matter when it comes to human resource? It's because it has skilled labor drives productivity and innovations. While for infrastructure, it supports cargo movements and port scalability. Okay, lastly, if we look at warehousing, under Port Klang, the capacity is about 1.7 billion square feet across multiple sites, while for Penang Port, it has about 111,000 square meter covered space with 4.6 hectares open yard. And under services, Westport provides bonded e-fulfillment, repacking, and labeling. While for Penang Port, it's more on bulk cargo, DG cargo, and petrochemical warehousing. For financial and investment, Port Klang, it invested about 39.6 billion under expansion itself, with a very strong ROE, which is about 30.5%. For Penang Port, it invested about 150 million green capex with AAIS credit ratings. For profitability, Port Klang had about EBITDA margin up to 64.6% and a divided payout of 75%. While for Penang Port, it has about steady growth, cruise terminal upgrades. So why does it matter for warehousing? Because it supports storage, inventory control, and value-added services. While for financial and investment, it matters because it dedicates sustainability, growth potential, and investor confidence.
Hi, I'm Siu Yun. I want to present the conclusion of our assignment. When we compare Port Klang Westport and Penang Port, we see that both share the same mission to connect Malaysia to the world, but they do it in different ways. Westport is like powerhouse built for speed, scale, and handling mega versus for global transshipment. Everything they feel big, fast, and precise. Penang Port, on the other hand, has a more regional heartbeat. It focuses on balancing cargo operation with tourism, especially welcoming cruise passengers, which add warmth to its rule. I personally feel the difference are not weaknesses but strengths that complement each other. Westport keep Malaysia competitive in global trade. Whole Penang Port support the northern region economy and tourism. Together, they cover both the international stage and local need. But in the end, a port is not just about crane or container. It's about people, the workers who operate day and night, the industry that rely on them, and the community that grow around them. If Malaysia continue to invest in both ports, not just in technology but also in safety and sustainability, I believe they will remain vital gateway for our country's future. After all, ports are more than infrastructure, they are living connection between Malaysia and the world. Thank you.
A global hub connecting traders to every major cargo destination in the world, strategically positioned as a major gateway to the global market. World-class facilities and infrastructure, world-class services, conducive business environment. This is Malaysia's premier port. This is Port Klang, Asia's preferred logistics hub. Welcome to Port Klang, one of the world's busiest container ports, perfectly positioned and poised to scale greater heights as Malaysia's top maritime gateway. Malaysia's premier port handles nearly 50% of the nation's seaborne trade and connects traders to markets in Asia, Europe, America, Africa and Oceania. Port Klang is centrally located along the major shipping routes of Asia, along the strategic Straits of Malacca, one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world and a vital route for international trade. This location makes Port Klang a strategic interface for regional and global trade. Port Klang is a versatile port that supports total logistic operations for all types of cargo. Port operations at our two major terminals, Northport and Westports, are complemented by the first integrated industrial and commercial free zone in Malaysia, the Port Klang Free Zone, which serves as a regional distribution hub. All these facilities are linked to major highways and railways connecting to major cargo destinations throughout Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak. While the Kuala Lumpur International Airport is only 40 minutes away, Port Klang is the gateway for the Greater Kuala Lumpur Klang Valley region, which has been designated as a national key economic area. Port Klang's world-class facilities with draft of up to 18 meters can handle the world's largest container ships with capacity of over 19,000 TEUs and all other types of vessels or cargo. With almost 9 kilometers of quay length and an annual handling capacity of over 20 million TEUs, fast turnaround of ships and cargo is the norm. The latest in quay cranes with twin lifts and 67 meters outreach and support equipment and cutting-edge operating systems combined with best practices means quick turnaround of vessels and cargo is assured. And it's always customers first in Port Klang, a business-friendly port where doing business is easier and more cost-effective. Port Klang services are on par with those of leading ports of the world. Our wharf side productivity level has outperformed industry norms, such as achieving up to 35 container moves per hour. The high-performance culture of the port translates into top-class ship operations, no bottlenecks for cargo clearance, fast vessel turnarounds, no delays whatever the vessel size or type. Port Klang's world-class facilities, operated by a well-trained and dedicated workforce, translates into a high-productivity port environment. Port Klang is where efficient services are assured. Its highly efficient services means savings in time and cost, as West Ports and North Port are free zones where cargo handling processes are simple and customs formalities are minimal. In addition to a conducive business environment, Port Klang ensures highly safe and secure port operations. Port Klang is compliant with the International Ship and Port Facility Security ISPS code, emphasizing on safety and security for ship cargo and people. Port Klang's credentials as a top-notch port have been tested and proven with its consistent growth over several decades, consistent rise in the world rankings of container ports. Port Klang is en route to be Asia's preferred logistics hub. The port will see its development and growth boosted by the impact of government policies such as the National Transformation Vision, the development of the Digital Free Trade Zone and initiatives from the National Logistics Task Force to transform the national logistics landscape. We are gearing up to join the ranks of the top 10 container ports of the world by ensuring that there is sufficient facilities to meet our growing trade. Capacity building is ongoing at West Ports. The terminal is aiming for a 15 million TEU annual handling capacity to ensure it is well prepared for future growth. North Port is also aiming to increase its current 6 million TEU capacity by enhancing utilization of its facilities and equipment. Port Klang is also the gateway for the economic corridor, which serves to provide an end-to-end value chain for industry. To ensure that Port Klang will have the capacity to serve the corridor, a new port with a 30 million TEU capacity is being considered for development on Carey Island, together with an integrated maritime city that will eventually cover 100 square kilometers. The port's development is based on a platform of sustainable development and utilization of green technology practices, which include automation of facilities and environmental preservation. But more is yet to come, as Port Klang prepares for the huge potential arising from China's Maritime Silk Road Initiative. As a key partner in the China-Malaysia Port Alliance, Port Klang is poised to play a prominent role in the initiative. The potential for Port Klang's future growth is huge. It will be enjoying the spin-offs from innovative government plans to transform the country as a whole and to reform key sectors of the economy. Port Klang's track record of consistent growth and strong performance was built upon solid foundations, supply-driven and environmentally sustainable port facilities, a customer-oriented business environment to give traders a competitive edge, and the highest standards of safety and security for ships, cargo and people. Port Klang's future will continue to be driven by innovation and its big vision as it moves towards its goal of being the preferred logistics hub and regional maritime center of Asia. This is Malaysia's #1 port en route to greater success. This is Port Klang.